It finally happened. After stacking so many contract scrolls for open world dungeons on both of my main and my alt, and after waiting for all of the dungeons to open so I can finally start doing all of the contracts, and after finishing all of these contracts in all of those annoying open world dungeons, I am finally ready to open all of my precious blessing pouches. Across my main character and my alt character, I was able to accumulate 276 precious blessing pouches. But before I start opening all of these pouches in this video, I wanted to explain how I had so many of these pouches, because I know some people in the comments are gonna be asking why do I have so many pouches and why was I stacking so many of them. If you didn't already, going into Sundry's merchant, each week you can buy this. You can buy 6 per week and you get 6 contracts for the 4 level 50 open world dungeons. And since I am playing on an early access server and it's been 3 weeks since the early access release, which means that I was able to buy these 3 times on both of my main character and my alt. The other important thing is also buying precious blessing pouch from the contract coin merchant every single day on both of my character, and as well doing daily contracts in Pure Light Hill, and hopefully with the help of RNG actually managing to get blessing pouches at least one every 2 or 3 days. Because when you open this precious blessing pouch, you have an RNG chance to get open world contract scrolls. But another thing I was able to do is I was able to use ornate coins that we were getting for compensation, and I was able to buy 15 precious blessing pouches in September, and since this shop refreshes every month, meaning that on the 1st October I was able to buy additional 15 of them on 2 of my characters, meaning that just from the ornate coin I was able to buy 60 precious blessing pouches, and when opening all of those blessing pouches you have a chance to get from anywhere from 1 to 4 of the open world contract dungeon scrolls. So if you do the math, with a little bit of RNG, I was able to accumulate 276 precious blessing pouches from the open world dungeons. Completing these contracts was a real pain in the ass, because stacking these contracts meant that I had over 40 to 50 of these contracts to complete, because the dungeons have not yet been released. They only released a couple of days ago, and the only one that was released a little bit earlier was Shadow Crypt. The other 3 open world dungeons have not been released, and that's why most of the people were able to stack this many contract scrolls. And it was a pain to complete them because first of all there was a lot of people in, so you couldn't really farm anything, so my main goal was simple. Find a big group of people that is running around and killing all these mobs and simply tag the mob once and you get it towards your quest. Yes, that's right. You don't need to have a red mob that is tagged by you. If a group of people is attacking a mob, you can just simply follow them. Just use one basic attack on a mob, it's gonna be white, and that means that it's still going to count towards your quest. This is literally the fastest and most effective way that you can actually get this quest done really fast. Before opening them, let's check the probability chance info, everything that we can get in those blessing pouches. Each of them is for a different open world dungeons, which means that it's going to have different loot table. This one is for Abyss, this one is from the Shadow Crypt, this one is from Sanctum of Desire, and this one is from Sorodoma Isle. And as you can see, the best items have the lowest chance to get. Phantom Wolf Breeches, 0.32% chance to get it as a drop. So if you do the math, 55 pouches, it's very unlikely that it will drop, but we'll try and see what we can get. I'm gonna be opening them from the lowest amount to the highest amount, and since I'm doing this live, I have no idea what I'm gonna get. I have no idea how much Lucent am I gonna be able to make, but after I open everything, I will put all of these items into a spreadsheet. I will check all of the prices for the extract traits that they get and also for the lithographs and see how much can we make if we sell everything as either a trait extract or a lithograph. First, let's start by opening Precious Blessing Pouch Shadow. Not the greatest, only got one purple weapon and the rest is materials and blue gear. Next, Precious Blessing Pouch Abyss. As you can see, 1 purple weapon, and 2 etched alabaster's band, which is pretty good because I need to use this for my build, and as you can already see, it dropped with a skill damage boost, which is the absolutely best trait that you can get on a ring. Next, Precious Blessing Pouch Desire. Also another very bad RNG, getting 2 Staffs of Ombromancer. One is with a heavy attack chance, so hopefully something is worth it here. And lastly, Precious Blessing Pouch Tyrant from Saurodoma Island. With this one we had an actual better luck because we hit 1 Phantom Wolf Breeches, which have 0.32% chance to drop, 2 Staffs of Lucid Light, and 1 Graves of Infernal Herald. And many, and I mean many materials, growth stones, and blue gear items. So this is everything that you get from 166 pouches. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 purple items from 166 pouches. And now going on my alt character, we're gonna do the same. We're gonna go from the lowest to the highest, starting with the Precious Blessing Pouch Shadow. Zero purple items. Next, Precious Blessing Pouch Desire. One purple weapon and a purple belt. Next, Precious Blessing Pouch Abyss. One dagger, one wand. And lastly, Precious Blessing Pouch Tyrant. Only 1 purple drop, the rest all of the blue drops. On my alt I do believe around 116 Precious Blessing Pouches, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purple gear items. Quite a bad RNG on both of my characters, I would say. I'm gonna have to check the traits. This one already has heavy attack chance, this is heavy attack chance, this is critical hit. So by the looks of it, the weapons that I dropped, the purple weapons, have a pretty good traits. Now of course I do have a lot of extraction stones, so I'm gonna be able to extract a lot of the blue items as well if they have good traits, and if those traits are sellable for at least 20, 30 or more Lucent. But now that I have opened all of these pouches, you're probably wondering how much Lucent can I actually make if I decide to sell absolutely all of the purple and blue gear items that I got on both of my characters, either as an extract or as a lithograph drop. So now I'm gonna go put all of these items into spreadsheet. I'm gonna add their price in Lucent as an extract based on the trait they have, or as a lithograph, and see at the end how much Lucent can I actually make if I decide to sell all of these gear items. And here on the spreadsheet I put all of the items that I obtained on my main character and my alt character, on top being all of the purple items that I obtained, and on the bottom all of the blue items that I obtained. And on the second column you can see which trait the item has, what is the price of an extract if it was sold today on the auction house, and a lithograph price in Lucent only for the purple items because you cannot transform blue items into lithograph. Among other things, you can also see how many blue and purple growth stones I got for each of the weapon, armor and accessories. Quite a significant amount, but still I would say that most of these could have been dropped as a gear instead of the growth stones because I don't really need growth stones, but it is what it is. And once you calculate everything, you get the price of 15,443 Lucent. That is if I only extracted all of the blue items and all of the purple items go into the lithograph. But I'm not going to do that, of course, because I need to use some of these items. Some of the purple weapons and purple armors have a nice traits that I can use to upgrade my gear. Also some of the blue gear has nice traits that can I also use to upgrade my purple and blue gear, as well as some of the blue gear items with bad traits I plan on putting into a lithograph book, to complete some of my rewards that I can get. As you can see in the game, if I put these gloves and I put these 3 helmets, I'm gonna be able to obtain another purple heroic resistance gloves and purple heroic resistance helmet, which I can then extract for a trait, or I can sell it as a lithograph, which should be around 500-600 Lucent worth, so this is going to increase the gain from the Lucent. And with all that being said, you can see all of the items here on my main character. The rest of them are on my alt. Some of them I'm going to use on my main character, but all of them I'm gonna try to sell, extract and sell on my alt, because I don't plan on upgrading anything on my alt and I just want to take it for maximum profit as I can. I also have 879 trait extraction stones, so honestly if I wanted to extract every single purple and blue item, I could. I have enough of the resources to do. And I also have around 200 enchanted ink, so I can probably sell some of the weapons that have bad traits, turn them into a lithograph and sell them that way. And on my alt I have around 400 trait extraction stones, so I'm probably going to be trait extracting every single blue and purple item and selling them on the auction house. And I am expecting hopefully to get somewhere about 10,000 Lucent profit, because I plan on using some of the purple traits. But overall, hopefully you learned that the RNG from these pouches is absolutely abysmal. I honestly expected a little bit better RNG, but it is what it is. It's an RNG system, the probability literally is shown on the pouch. I got one of the items that had 0.32% chance to drop, so I'm happy with that, but most of the items also didn't really have that good traits. But overall, I am expecting anywhere from 9 to 10,000 profit Lucent from this. And this is hopefully going to show you that you shouldn't really stack these, because your chance of getting a good item doesn't increase if the more items you open. So just as you complete them, you can open these pouches. There's no point stacking them unless you're like me and you like hoarding stuff and then opening like 300 boxes at the same time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing and watch some of my other videos appearing on your screen.